Suhel Seth.
So let me assuage Mohandas Pai. It is no one's contention that all startups are bad. We never said that on April the 4th. We're not saying that on April the 17th. When I said that 80% of startups are rackets, it was merely an allusion to the fact that when startups don't make money, it is the promoters or the founders who are making money. And I blamed three people there, three stakeholders. I blamed the VC, the PE, and the founders. Now you tell me, Mohandas Pai, in Gensol, there were PEs and VCs who invested money. Did no one have the courage or the intelligence to go and see if a plant existed? In Sebi's report, there is an allusion to the fact that there was no plant. And if there was, it wasn't producing anything. But no one is saying that Gensol is symptomatic of the entire startup culture.
No.
I think three things to be parked.
No.
Number one, a startup is different from a business as you and I understand it. Now, tomorrow, if I, as Suhel said, start a samosa chai chain, I'm not a startup. The definition of startups and the perception of startups globally has been linked inextricably to two things: technology and innovation.
Innovation.
My point on this has always been that India, with its tremendous knowledge capital, has not innovated enough. And therefore, what we are seeing in a lot of cases are replicable entities. Yes, do they serve the market in India? They do. But they're replicable to what we could have done. A. B. I will give you enough instances, but I will not mention names. There are people, Mohandas Pai, to this day, who have glamorized the startup culture, whose companies are running losses, but the founders are living in unbelievable wealth. I don't know if that is the case in Bangalore, and for your information, it'll be very tough to drive a Lamborghini in Bangalore given the situation of your roads. But that we will leave for another debate. Now let's come to the most important part. Everything in the world is symbolic. The guys who get screwed are not Mohandas Pai and me. Either don't invest, I don't have money. But the people who actually bear the brunt are the retail investors. What are we going to tell retail investors who thought that Gensol was the symptom, was emblematic of startups? What are they left with? A. B. You're absolutely right, Mohandas. It is corporate fraud. But from startups, we expect a different level of integrity, ingenuity, innovation. There are people you and I look up to. You know, someone quoted me out of context. Oh, why were you bashing startups? Half the idiots don't see the full program. So, it's not my fault. Now, the reality, Mohandas, is as follows.
Thoughts, not graphics.
As Arnab once famously said, there are sick industries in India, but no sick industrialists. My point is that we live in a brilliant country. We live in a country that has moved from a nation which now venerates, respects, and reveres entrepreneurship. Will there be bad apples? Of course there will be. Will they taint the orchard? Of course they'll taint the orchard. My point is, and we need more and more role models. I will tell you one thing, Mohandas, he's from your city. Look at what the Kamath brothers have created. Hats off to them, both Nitin and Nikhil. Look at the investments that have come off in health tech in our country, in agri-tech. I salute them. But there are companies, Mohandas, where the founder, in his veil of glamour, is now buying fancy cars, living in fancy homes, whereas that is not what we imagined startups to be. So perhaps we are wrong in imagining what startups should be. Perhaps our definition now will alter, but at what cost? My worry is the Prime Minister of India launched Startup India with a purpose: to encourage startups, to allow startups to do business. And I respect every startup. Please understand, I give a lot of my pro bono time to startups. So no one.
But by the way, hello, can I make a point here tonight? Factual point. Suhel, the second largest, sales of Lamborghini in India is in Bangalore, by the way.